Hello friends, welcome to my YouTube channel Globetrotter Sarkar. I am a travel and food blogger. So today we are here at the CASA LOMA in Toronto, Canada. So in the background you can see a palace-like structure which is known as the CASA LOMA. So this has its own history, and this was built by Sir Henry Mill Pallette, who was one of Canada's most powerful businessmen. He was an ambitious financier, wealthy enough to bring electricity for the first time here in Toronto, Canada. He invested in electricity, real estate, mining that made him very rich and wealthy. Sir Henry Mill Pallette was the first person to bring the hydroelectricity generated at the Niagara Falls in Canada, and he brought that electric street connection from Niagara Falls to Toronto, Canada. And he was also in the military by the Queen of England at that time. He joined at a very tender age of 17 years, and under his leadership, Sir Henry Mill Pallette earned his knighthood degree in 1905, and his wife then in 1913, Henry Mill Pallette and his wife Mary moved to CASA LOMA. This is the building CASA LOMA. It was one of North America's grand structures and residencies at that time. This has almost 29 rooms, numerous bathrooms, one bowling alley. And 10 years later, after Sir Henry Mill Pallette moved in, he was forced to leave this building because he failed in his business, and he had to seek a one-bedroom apartment here in Toronto, Canada, leaving this palatial house, CASA LOMA, which was then taken by the city of Toronto or the government. And he retired from the Queen of England's army as Major General Sir Henry Mill Pallette. He died in 1939 and was honored with Toronto's largest military funeral because he could not afford his own funeral or make preparations for that, because he had sustained loss in business and had become a pauper. This is a beautiful fountain and garden in the background opposite to the CASA LOMA. It is an excellent photo spot. There is a beautiful rose garden. And CASA LOMA structure is built in Scottish architecture, or the Gothic architecture that you find in London, Scotland, Ireland. And this is a must visit if you are here in Toronto, Canada. Do not forget to visit CASA LOMA, and in the evenings they have good fireworks when the light goes down in the garden. So I will now go inside CASA LOMA and explore the Gothic architecture built by Sir Henry Mill Pallette, wherein he and his wife Mary stayed here in this beautiful, marvelous Casa Loma. Luckily, it's a beautiful day out today with lots of sunshine, and usually Toronto, Canada is not good during the winter because it's freezing cold and there is a lot of snow covered on the streets. But during summertime, it's definitely a heaven for those visiting Toronto, Canada. And do visit Casa Loma, which is like a palace built by Sir Henry Mill Pallette during the 1913 to 1939. But after he lost money in his business, this beautiful palace-like structure, Casa Loma, was taken away by the government of Canada, the city of Toronto. So it belongs to the city of Toronto now, and it has opened it up for tourists and visitors like us, because the tickets that we pay helps the government to generate revenue for the maintenance of Casa Loma, and is no longer a property of Sir Henry Mill Pallette, who was a well-known successful businessman and a general in the army, British Army of the Queen of England at that time in 1939. So that is a little bit of historic background about Casa Loma. And now I'm going inside to explore what Casa Loma has to offer. So if you are here in Toronto, Canada, please make sure that you visit this beautiful structure, palace, built in Gothic style, Casa Loma. Because Sir Henry Mill Pallette was working in the Queen of England's army, there is some influence of the British royalty seen in the furnitures, structures, clothing, jewelry inside. And there is a beautiful car here, not sure if it's Rolls-Royce, dedicated to Princess Diana, who was a member of the royal family of England. So you can see it's written here, Princess Diana Accredited Access Exhibition, Casa Loma. So when she used to come here, she would ride in this car, and this car was once in use by the British royal family, because the person who made this Casa Loma, Sir Henry Mill Pallette, was working for the Queen of England, Her Highness, Her Majesty, and some of the structures that were gifted by the Queen, or when the Queen came here and stayed, were in use by the royal family. So lots of tourists visiting Casa Loma. I'm excited to see this beautiful structure, and whenever you come here, this should be in your bucket list to visit CASA LOMA. Hope you find this video informative, and if you do, give it a thumbs up. Please hit the like button, share and subscribe to my channel, Globetrotter Sarkar. Thank you, and once again, welcome to CASA LOMA.